Well, folks, I just got back from the Mayor's Speaker Series, and let me tell you what an event it was. I actually really appreciated the trade show. It was wonderful to meet some of the local charities that were out and meet some of the people that make the day to day operations of the city more safe for its residents. What I was very much disappointed by was that it was framed as a conversation when what it actually was a presentation about how great they're doing and continue to do. Now, some of you, like myself, have some major criticisms and some major questions for the city regarding community safety. I particularly wanted to question them about Ward 6 north of Dundas, or Highway 5 as some people call it. And we have what I like to call a safety desert out there. So there is virtually no traffic calming. The shoulders are very tiny for the roads, they're unpaved. I know many residents like to ride their bicycles around there, like to do jogging, and there have been several injuries on file, especially since the roads have expanded um, in terms of throughput and what traffic is on them. And there's heavy traffic now, and there's a lot of it, especially during rush hour and during daylight hours. It's a lot more utilized than it ever was. And there's a giant need to address that gap in funding for safety infrastructure there. And the other thing I wanted to discuss was automated speed enforcement camera programs. Specifically, I wanted to ask Ward 6 Councillor Angelo Bentavania why he spearheaded a project to expand the program literal weeks before the provincial government outlawed the entire concept of automated speed enforcement in cities. And I mean, they had been signaling that they were going to do that from late 2024 onwards. So I'm wondering why exactly that investment was made, and what it resulted in was $825,000 from our reserves had to cover the expected revenue for the expansion of the program that never occurred because it was outlawed. I'm just wondering. Uh, it didn't seem they didn't seem very risk averse when they were gambling with that large amount of taxpayer money on another fight that they couldn't win against the provincial government. But I don't want to get into that. That's not what today was about. Today was about community safety initiatives. I would encourage you to check out my website, roroforcouncil.com. Under the blog section, there is a community safety plan that I have detailed out. It's a 4-pillar plan. It is in its preliminary phases. If there's anything you'd like me to add to it or anything that you think is missing from any of the categories I already discussed, please comment on the website or comment on the articles themselves. I'm going to be making a community safety discussion group in the website tomorrow because what occurred tonight was not a discussion. I can count on a single hand how many questions they answered from the crowd tonight, and that was 5. They answered 5 questions from, if any of you are familiar with the app Slido, it is a way to have people in the same room as you type questions out and then like each other's questions, and based on how the room feels, they choose whose questions to answer. Now, they obviously didn't pick any of my questions because my questions were directed at the automated speed enforcement blunder and as well the need for a digital screening app for questions from people in the same room as you. And generally, a conversation is when both sides are free to engage in topics that they feel are necessary or relevant. And today, what happened is we had a nice presentation in which the mayor and the Halton Regional Police Force told us what we're concerned about and told us that actually there's no reason to be concerned because they're already doing such a good job that there's no need to ever look into it any further as long as we keep electing them. And, well, anyway. So the summary on the forum is that it was a useless jack off for everyone involved, and I don't know. I'm really upset on all of your behalf because that was not a conversation and there was no intent from anyone that hosted that event to take any public consideration of anything that was said to them. They have a plan and they're sticking to it. So, with that being said, I really hope all of you get out and vote this year and make sure that you vote for someone who's going to represent your interests. I hope that will be me. If it's not, I hope that the other person you vote for is just as qualified. Anyway, thanks for listening to me, and I hope to see all of you at future events sometime in the future. The next event I'll be attending is on the 25th of April, and it is this weekend, and it is a little meet and greet for Lisa Kearns. I'm going to go there and show my support for her candidacy and see if I can talk to her about getting my tax freeze in place for you. I want to do a 2-year tax freeze. I think you all deserve it. But there's a lot of conversation to be had about what's required to make that an option. And yeah, that's something I'll have to weigh when we have all the numbers on the table when the 2026 budget is released. So, without further ado, I'll let you get back to whatever it is you're doing, late night dinner, drinks with friends, or what have you. Take it sleazy.